Yes, I'm gonna present what we have here. It's a bit messy, so bear with me. All right. Okay. So I hope this is gonna be a brief one, and yeah, I hope I don't use a lot of filler word. I don't know how many retake is this. Now it's 4 a.m. I want to sleep. Okay, let's do it fast. Okay. So in Price Shop, we got this. What we're trying to do, as as a problem is that we try to automate, any updates on the products, on our merchants, on Lazada, to the price shop. That's basically what we're trying to do. And Lazada and Shopee, this e-commerce has, been a pain because they have this thing called the blogger. Okay, whenever you try to scrap the website, they try to prevent you from doing that. For one of the reasons that they want to they don't want people to overload their website. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is they might want to uh, to have competitive advantage in terms of the pricing. So they don't expose their pricing to outsider. I think like other website, for example, Price Shop. I think that's their priority. They want to keep people surprised uh, by their discount, things like that. So that's just hypothesis. All right. Anyway, um, so I'm Koyo. We got Core and David. Okay, over here, the David name doesn't appear here, but he has been, working hard as well. We got Sejong as well. Okay, so basically, Core and Sejong are working on the web scrapping. Okay, I'm just gonna run through Core first because he was doing a lot of code in the beginning, and it's been also the main driver of our team as well. So I'm gonna go through the code. Okay, we mainly write in Python. So, okay, here's the process. So, Korak has actually found a, a very efficient way of scrapping information, which is actually through this JSON file. Okay, so actually every Lazada website comes with the JSON file, and it is just not what we're seeing. Okay, so basically this process, the step one, is trying to get the product info, and this product info is based on the pages. Okay, so based on what pages? It's based on the seller and the category pages. Okay, so these are the lists, and what this program do is going to go through the to this website. As you can see, this is the format there. We got the category, we got seller. Okay, and this is the link. This is the magic, right? Um, where it's going to go through all the pages and get a JSON file and read what is there. Okay, this is extremely fast process. I could just run that for demonstration purpose. So what is it doing is actually um, going to this website. Sometimes it failed because of the blocker, but then it would just proceed. So we actually have thought about some solution on this, which probably we would just keep the fail um, website first, and then we scrap it afterward. And if it has been scrapped, we wouldn't run it again. So yeah, there are some optimization that we have thought of, and those scrap information website will be stored in the web DLL, and then okay, it's a bit hard to imagine here because it's all codes, but But basically, this is not the product detail yet. So the second step is where we are trying to we're trying to store those information into this CSV file. Okay, so after running it, this is the result that will be produced. And on the step tree, is gonna give like more detailed information. Yeah, it's gonna run that. It's gonna scrap each of that product detail as well, and put it into the CSV. So this is how we actually scrap our data. We also have another method, which is by ssoon. Uh, so he used a different approach. I think most of the people actually use Priceshop or Scrappy or Selenium, but I think Core is the pretty original way. Like he used like pretty, I would say primitive way as well. He doesn't use Priceshop. He just used a request or something like that. Yeah. Sejong work on the Priceshop. So what's so special about his code is that he's able to grab the variants, which Core did not, you know, um, uh, do in his code. This is where it complements. But again, we are short of time. I think this would be a perfect code if we are given more time. We can combine the best of two. You know, core and Davy as being efficient and fast, while Sejong is like for more completeness for the code. All right. After that, um, I've been running all of this web scraping, data collection. The data has to be processed because our goal is to find out, what sort of like product um, are actually associated with the database we have in the Priceshop. So let me just close this. About not this one. Yeah. So we actually want to match, this information over here with the partial list, right? So to do that, we actually use pandas and also Jupyter Notebook. I think this is a pretty good tool. I feel like it has all the best feature of editor and terminal. It could run, very quick feedback to let you see what's going on. So the first step is to import it, and I import it to this Lazada and also the Priceshop data frame. And after that, I run some in checking on the brands, and I actually find that there are way more brands in Lazada compared to the Priceshop. So they kind of help me inform that the number of the brands is available in both database. So, and also I also noticed that sometimes you would have some very similar name. Uh, this one is actually from Priceshop. So Priceshop is supposed to be pretty formatted, pretty clean data, but still sometimes we can't really avoid the human error, and we have this duplicated brands. Okay, which require us human to actually clean it. Lazada wise is way worse. Like it's pretty polluted with many similar names, so I have to do cleaning a lot. So yeah, uh, after getting all those data, we need to clean it. So basically, this is the cleaning process. I just have to convert the name so that it would just be more consistent And then also the Lazada ones has this list. This is a huge list over here. Yeah. It has got 45, and after cleaning it, I'm able to get it to 35. Yeah. So that's the power of cleaning. So the reason why we want to clean it is because afterward we're gonna use those keywords to make comparison. I mean to make matching. I mean to make comparison for the matching. Yeah. And the strategy to match is actually not using fuzzy match, which we initially thought that fuzzy match would be the approach that we should use. But unfortunately, that's not the best way. Um, this is just a quick, example to show that, a demo to show that fuzzy match is not the best way. For example, I actually have like two description over here of the title. So I'm trying to compare. Let's imagine this is the Priceshop's one, and the other one is the Lazada's one. Okay. If you look at this, this is iPhone. Well, this is Honor 9A. Okay. And the second one, this is Honor 9A as well. This is not Honor 9A. Okay. So the first comparison, are from different items, but the second comparison are from the same item. But if I just run it, basically we're getting 40 score on the first one, which is which are different item. While the second one, which is the same item, has got a lower score. Okay, so what does this tell us? So it actually tells us that fuzzy mesh is not reliable given that we have so much unstructured data. So this is the problem. So what's the best way? The best way we think is to do filtering. So because filtering can actually reduce the number that we need to compare. Okay, so the number of Lazada database of the items in the Lazada database has about thousand, more than 1,000. Okay, this is just the very as a primary prim, primary step, in the web scraping. We are just getting about 1,000, but I think in 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 business operation, 1,000 is too small. If you will have to compare, for example, 10,000, 100,000 of data, right? That would take too long for the computer to process this. So we have to actually string it down whenever it's possible. And the way we string it down is we start from, you know, um, variable that has lower numbers of options first. So this is actually a thoughtful one because we started with category. Category has three options, and we should always start from a variable that has a smaller option. As you go down to brands, so brands has sort of around 10, I think around 10 brands according to the price shop. So Lazada has more, but then we're just gonna take 10 brands from Lazada, and then I also have to reduce the number of uh, the entries that we're gonna need. And after that, we can actually compare the item against the model, storage, and RAM. And unfortunately, this is still an unfinished product, unfinished code. I'm trying to do a lot of experiment and trying to find what's the best way to do the filtering. And this, I would say, is actually one of the difficult part. Um, I will have to use the regular expression um, to extract data from the price shop. In fact, I will have to expand the column for this. I don't know what would be the best way, but this is the the best method that I've thought of. But yeah, so I created this. This is how it looked like when I expanded that column to include the auto, RAM, and storage. So my idea is that I want to take this model and compare it against um, the, the title on the Lazada. So this is how it works. So let's say I'm trying to find V20. So okay, no, sorry. So let's say I'm getting this link, for example, on the 50, right? I'm getting this link over here. I want to check if we have the same item in our database. So we can do that. What we need to do is we're gonna check with the brand first. Okay, we're just gonna take order of the relevant stat that has the brand of honor, and then we're just gonna run through every model over here until we find one that fits this title, okay, which has honor 50. And after that, we were just gonna have to check against the RAM and the ROM. Okay, actually it's not ROM, it's actually storage. Yeah. And if we can match all of that three criteria, that means that's the right match. Okay, if we couldn't find it, then we say okay, that's not the match. Okay, or just have to flag it that in a way that items does not belong to any items in the Priceshop. So that's all for me. That's all for me. I hope the explanation is clear enough. If you got any question, just ask my teammate. I won't be here. See you again.